Hello and welcome to the reactions from the event that's just taken place, AEW Double or Nothing. To me, it was a fantastic show, but it was way too long. I was watching it with my cousin, and my cousin said to me that there's still like an hour left to go, and this was about 5 a.m. in the morning, UK time. And I said to him, shouldn't it be finishing like soon? Like, I thought to myself there might be maybe 5:30 at latest. It actually did finish at 6. So we was talking about 4.5 hours, 5 hours for this show. It's too long, man. It's too long. 1 o'clock in the morning, 12:30 in the morning in the UK. But anyway, I digress. We're gonna look at the results. I'm going to do a quick rundown because the last video that I did with the predictions went way too long. It wasn't supposed to be that long. I had to turn it into what was supposed to be a 20-minute, half an hour at best video into a 1 hour roughly pod. So let's look at the results based on what I remember, because I'm doing it mostly off head. I've only got the results in front of me. I can't remember everything that happened in the match. So let's quickly get into it. Okay, so I did mention before about the order in which I did it on the prediction stream was how it was on Wikipedia. I wasn't sure how the order was going to go, but I knew that this was going to be the match on the buy-in. This is what everybody knew, and that was Hookhausen versus Tony Nese and Mark Sterling. If you guys didn't know, Hookhausen won. I did say Hookhausen was going to win, and I also said that it's probably going to be a thing where Hookhausen does a lot of the offense and then batters the person and then lets Danhausen come in for the win. Now, he did get in some offense, quite a bit of offense, and he did allow Danhausen to come in for the win, but Danhausen got quite a bit of offense in as well. Mark Sterling hit a pretty decent suplex as well. I can't even lie. It was an entertaining comedy match, and it was a comedy match, so I believe it was pretty decent, but Hookhausen got the win. Let's look at the next match, which was the first match on the actual show. Also, as well, there was some funny stuff that happened with with the Acclaimed and the Gun Club, where they were doing this party and stuff, and then they come and had a little segment in their hotel room. It was just a little bit of goofy fun, but the buy-in was basically comedy. Let's look at the first match now. Okay, guys, let me apologize first and foremost for how the start of the video started. It may be quite loud. I'll probably turn down the volume anyway. I didn't realize how loud my mic volume actually was here, so my apologies. But anyway, the next match, Young Bucks versus the Hardys. It was billed as a dream match. When they had their match in Ring of Honor, their matches in Ring of Honor, I would probably have said yes, that was a dream match. But now, not so much, because the Hardys are a lot slower than what they used to be. The Young Bucks still move around very athletic, but the Hardys, yeah. But all in all, it was still a pretty decent match. It wasn't the best match you'll ever see, but it definitely wasn't. It wasn't bad. It was definitely a decent match. Matt and Nick messed up when they were trying to hit the Hardys with their finishers, and then that didn't quite work out in the end, and then they ended up beating them. Did Jeff hit him with a swanton? Yeah, sorry. So Matt hit the Twist of Fate, which spiked the Young Bucks. I just remembered. It spiked whoever he did it to. Was it Nick Jackson? And it spiked him. Oh, he looked brutal. And then Swanton Bomb got the win. I called this so far. I've called all these matches. The Hardys got the win. I don't know whether or not it means they're going to go for the tag titles at some point, but they did say that this is going to be their stepping stone towards that. So we're going to see where this goes. So yeah, Hardys got the win. The next match was the TBS Championship. Okay, so the TBS Championship, Jade Cargill versus Anna Jay. I did say that I wasn't going to be too long in this video, so some of these matches I am going to keep very short and sweet. For me personally, this match wasn't the highlight in this segment. It was the segment after the match. So anyway, Jade Cargill beat Anna Jay clean. It didn't feel great. It felt sloppy at times. It felt slow at times, lethargic. Anna Jay didn't really feel like she was coming with intensity, and I'm not surprised. It wasn't really built strong. It wasn't a long storyline. It was just like one segment. Anna Jay's in there. She's a challenger. She'd already been beat by Jade Cargill like a while back. Like Anna Jay, I don't even know how she even deserved this shot. There was plenty of other women that could have come in. When the match was done and they were going to do the beatdown on Anna Jay, Chris Statlander came out. And I thought Chris Statlander was going to be the next one to challenge Jade Cargill. And that would have been fun. It would have been fun if she challenged her in this match. But anyway, I thought she might challenge her. But then the commentators said that she's actually out there for Red Velvet. So I was like, okay, cool. So then what happens now? Because it's 2 against 3. And then Athena came down and she debuted, and I popped. I can't lie. I genuinely popped. I was so glad that she's there. I'm so happy to see her. I love her clips. She's going to be a welcome addition as long as AEW use her, because they sometimes use the women at the start and then they stop. So hopefully they use her well. And also Stokely Hathaway, who was the former Malcolm Bivens in WWE, also came down. He came down before, and he seems like he's going to be the new manager for Jade Cargill, but we will see. But yeah, this is quite interesting. Also as well, Mark Sterling came out before, tried to hand the crutch over to Jade to help her, but then Anna Jay took it from her and beat Jade Cargill with it during the match to try and get the win, but then Jade Cargill kicked out at 2. But that was probably the most that happened within the match. Besides that, and then John Silver came out and helped Mark Sterling. Besides that, it was a pretty dud match. I mean, the baddies came out and helped out Jade Cargill as well, but like I said, it wasn't much to it. If that last match didn't have that match angle, I would have been a lot quicker with the review of that match. But we're gonna get on to the next match, which is House of Black against Death Triangle. So House of Black versus Death Triangle was fun. Such a fun match. A lot of stuff happened in this match. This match felt like the match that they were trying to do in February or whenever it was before Rey Fenix got injured. I've actually got notes in front of me, but they're not my notes, so that's why I deliberately ain't reading them. But as a whole, the match was fun. It was House of Black that got the dub. The way in which they got the dub was finally Julia Hart came out. She spat black mist with it into Pac's eyes when he was on the turnbuckle, which allowed Malachi Black to win. I think he won with the black mass. And yeah, it was a very good match. Finally, the House of Black have Julia Hart in there. The match was done. Hopefully the feud is done, but you would think that maybe it won't be because they won with underhanded tactics. We will see. But seriously though, it was a really good match. On to the men's final of the Owen Hart Foundation tournament. Samoa Joe versus Adam Cole was an okay match. Based on the abilities of both wrestlers, it wasn't what it could have been. It could have been so much better. I think both of them have probably had better matches since the tournament has began. They've on TV. So I feel that this could have been so much better. Having said that, it was okay for what it was. Adam Cole got the win with the boom. Bobby Fish came out and interfered. It resulted in Adam Cole getting the boom, put down the knee pad, so obviously there was no protection, so you hit him with one boom and got the win. It was a good win for him. He now got the tournament holder. I kind of felt like him wearing pink was going to foreshadow him winning. The fact that he didn't get the trophy kind of foreshadowed your next winner, which we're going to get on to now. Guys, I'm honestly trying my best to just get through this as quick as possible, but I can see this being longer than 15 minutes, so if it is, I apologize. The women's final now of the Owen Hart Foundation tournament. Britt Baker against Ruby Soho. I genuinely thought that this was probably going to be a Ruby Soho thing. I did give hypotheticals on my predictions. However, I also went with Britt Baker and Adam Cole to win on the predictions. I did say it, but I also said that Britt Baker was going to start. She was going to have the first match. So the fact that she won with no interference as well, mind you, I'm surprised. I'll be real. I am surprised that she won. But the fact is, she did win the tournament. It was an okay match. Again, it's one of those ones where both of them have had better matches in recent weeks or in weeks leading up to this. It was just one of those ones where it could have been better. But you argue, was that the correct choice? I kind of feel like everything up to this point is the correct victor. Maybe not the Hardys and the Bucks. They're the ones that's going to step into the tag team scene. But anyway, when Britt Baker won, there was a nice moment. When they went up the rampway, it was Britt and Adam Cole being presented with the titles for winning the tournament. Martha Hart was up there, Owen's wife. And yeah, it was a really nice moment. It's nice that Martha was up there and she was able to really be genuinely happy after such a tragic event that's happened with Owen years and years and years ago. So congratulations to Britt and to Adam Cole. The next match, the next match. Oh, this cluster. So, American Top Team versus Samuel Guevara, Frankie Kazarian, and Ty Conti. Now, I have a condition where sometimes I got to take painkillers, so I had to take painkillers and eat. So I went downstairs to sort that out, and I didn't watch this match, but I had it in my ear, so I heard what was going on. Didn't fully watch it, but I heard what was going on, and basically it was as much of a cluster as I assumed it was going to be. Everyone was basically a heel in this, except for Frankie Kazarian and maybe Paige Van Zandt, who had that celebrity buzz going into this, which is fine. I hear that. But that just made the whole thing confusing with hardly any structure, because it just feels like heels versus heels. Having said that, the match ended because in the end, I think it was miscommunication with the faces, and Frankie Kazarian didn't want to help Samuel Guevara and Ty Conti because they were acting up their heelish ways. Cool. But now that they've lost, they lost the match, sorry. American Top Team won. That means that Frankie Kazarian and Samuel Guevara can't challenge for the TNT titles. From what I heard recently, they can only not challenge while Scorpio Sky is champion. But I thought it was forever. I need clarification on that. But yeah, the match was a cluster. From what I heard, it was a bad match as well. They're moving away from this as well. There was a segment later on where Scorpio Sky was challenged by Dante Martin. So hopefully that this feud can die a death, and they can go in another direction. Let's look at the next match, which again I didn't see completely. Okay, so I came upstairs and I saw the last maybe 5 minutes of the Kyle O'Reilly Darby Allin match, and I heard that this match was fire. So I actually need to go back and watch this match. But this was the first match that I got a prediction wrong in. Yes, this is the first match that I got a prediction wrong in. I genuinely thought this was going to be a run-of-the-mill match. Kyle O'Reilly was going to get an L, and then Darby Allin was going to get propelled forward from this. He was going to get his revenge and good stuff. But no, Kyle O'Reilly hit 2 PKs. Darby Allin kicked out at 1, then he kicked out at 2. Then he hit another PK and then did the jumping knee onto his back. 3 count. Bob's your uncle. I wasn't expecting that at all. It reminds me of when Kyle O'Reilly won the first match in the tournament, and I genuinely thought that he was going to take an L there too. I forget who he faced. Was it Jungle Boy? I think it was Jungle Boy. Good for him. I hope that propels him maybe into the TNT title scene or something like that. There's so many directions that the TNT title scene can go now. Hey, it was a decent match, man. It was a good match from what I saw. I have to go back and watch the rest of it. But yeah, let's look at the next match. Okay, so Thunder Rosa, the champion, against Serena Deeb, the challenger. And first and foremost, Serena Deeb is one of my favorite wrestlers on the planet. But she's also one of my favorite female wrestlers on the planet. Athena's going to challenge her for that title now though. But anyway, I'm so happy that she's in AEW challenging for world championships. But I knew going into this that Thunder Rosa was probably going to win this. It was nearly like a foregone conclusion, similar to Jade Cargill. But Jade Cargill was bait. She was blatantly going to win that match. But for me, this match felt slow. I didn't love it that much. Having said that, maybe it's because it just felt slow, and I was watching it with somebody who felt like it was really slow. It was a very technical match. It was technical, and it was a decent match because of it. It just wasn't my cup of tea, and maybe it was just me on the night. Maybe I was getting tired. I don't know. But as a whole, it was put together well, and I don't think it was that clunky. I don't think it was too many botches. All in all, Thunder Rosa won. It was expected. I don't know where she goes from here, but hopefully she gets more time now on TV, because she's not really getting much screen time, and she needs to have more matches. She has to, because this was a criticism that people had of Hangman when he first started his title run. So hopefully they can do that with Thunder Rosa. She can move forward and she can get a strong title reign from this. Let's go to the next match. This match was crazy. The Jericho Appreciation Society against basically LAX 2.3.0 whatever, and the Blackpool Combat Club. It was craziness. There was a lot of blood. There was a lot of anarchy, as mentioned. And yeah, it was a crazy match that ended the way I suspected it was going to end, with and I think I said this in my prediction video, so go check it out. Eddie Kingston and Bryan Danielson basically being at loggerheads, which resulted in the L being taken. Basically, I missed parts of this match as well, but from what I saw, it was anarchy. When the match was looking to end, Eddie Kingston and I believe Daniel Garcia basically was fighting. I think they went into an elevator shaft or something like that. I can't remember where it went, but they disappeared and nobody saw them for ages. Then you had Jericho and Danielson in the ring. Danielson had Jericho in the label lock. It looked like he was going to tap, and then Eddie Kingston came out with a crazed look on his face with a canister of gasoline. He poured it over Jericho because it looked like he wanted to kill the man. And you got to remember, Danielson had him in the label lock still, so he obviously threw the gasoline over Danielson. Now, I heard, or I was told, that he had a flame or he had a match or something. I don't know what it was, but something to obviously light him up. Kingston. I didn't see that, I'll be honest. But basically, Danielson got up. He starts fighting with Kingston. Then Kingston gets kicked out the ring by Hager. And then Jericho puts him in the Boston. They mess up his leg. They mess up Danielson's leg. Then they put him in, it was either the Boston Crab or the Walls of Jericho, which is basically a Boston Crab. And Hager is choking Danielson with the rope. So he passes out, and that's how they get their L. So, yeah, the match was crazy, man. I don't know if this is going to lead to infighting within LAX and Blackpool Combat Club, because it was Moxley who was trying to break up Eddie Kingston and Danielson. Same as last week when he broke them up. He's going to basically be in the middle of them. So, I don't know where they go from here. It's going to be fun. Fun times. Let's look at the next match. The tag team title matches. No, sorry. The tag team titles. My guys. Swerve in his no. The tag team title champ. No. The AEW Tag Team Championship with my boys Keith Lee and Swerve Strickland, aka Swerve in Our Glory. You also had Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus, aka Jurassic Express, and you also had Team Taz. Listen, the match was fun. It was fun as all hell. Yeah. Then my guy Keith Lee. Listen. Oh my God. Keith Lee is the absolute man. Love him. You see when he did the jump over the ropes? Yeah? The flip moonsault over the... Listen. Anyway, I genuinely thought that Keith Lee and Swerve was going to win. I think they should have won, personally. Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus retained. It was my second L in regards to who I thought was going to win the matches. My predictions. First wrong prediction. Second wrong prediction. I do feel like that should have been Swerve and Lee's glory. They should have won this match. And what upset me even more is that Swerve was the one that got pinned. What I will say is, coming out of this, Christian helped Jungle Boy twice to retain his title, or to not lose, basically. Twice he stopped them from being pinned, or helped them, basically. So hopefully that plays into something. Maybe Christian turns on them later on. Maybe they lose their titles later on and then Christian turns on them. I don't know. But it was a very, very, very fun match. Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus hit the Jurassic Express on Swerve to get the win. So can't fault it as a match. Kind of wish that Swerve and Our Glory won, but it is what it is. It was one of the best matches of the night, but one of my matches, if not my match of the night, was next, and that was the AEW World Championship. Hangman Adam Page versus CM Punk. And listen, for those that don't know, my name is CM-GRUNT. I didn't say it at the start of the video. But when I'm talking about wrestling, deliberately play on words, I call myself CM-GRUNT. Right, CM is my initials, which is why I'm not doing it because of Punk. But Punk is one of my, if not my favourite wrestler. So what better way than to pay homage to him? And listen, him coming out as champ was the thing I really wanted, and I'm so glad he did, right? And there was so much character work in this match. The match itself was great. It was hilarious because he botched the Punk shot lariat, botched it twice. The first time it could have played into storyline, but the second time it felt like it was really badly botched. It is what it is. I mean, it happens. Just Like he said in his post-match farewell to the crowd when he was talking to them after the lights had gone down, don't let him do the buckshot lariat again. I agree with that sentiment. It was a good match, man. It was very fun. Like I said, it was storyline driven as well, where there was a ref bump and Hangman had the belt and he looked like he was gonna hit CM Punk, but Punk just kind of had a look on his face like, don't hit me. He threw it down, threw the belt down, and then Punk obviously hit him with the GTS, got the dub, got the belt. Listen, I am so gassed. I'm so pleased. There's so much matches that can come out of this as well. John Moxley, I believe, was number 2. Adam Page might be number 2 now because obviously just dropping down, or it might be number 1 because dropping down from champion to number 1. But because Moxley lost his last match, it was a 5-way, so maybe he won't go. Maybe he won't go down in the singles ranking. But if he does, then I don't know who's next on the list. But listen, Moxley against CM Punk. Listen, I'm here for it. Adam Cole versus CM Punk. I'm here for it. Wardlow against CM Punk. I'm here for it. Listen, the start of the show felt like it was a little bit slower. Like, other than maybe the Wardlow squash, it felt kind of slow in spurts before it got to the trios match. Then it was slow in other places as well, like both tournament matches and also the TBS Championship match. All in all, it was a fun show. I personally enjoyed the show. I do feel like the show was too long. Remember, I'm in the UK. The show wasn't done till almost 6 o'clock in the morning. And if I wasn't dealing with my pain issues, probably would have had to have gone to work or worked from home at like 9 o'clock in the morning, which would have been 3 hours later. I would have been a wreck. So, very, very good show. What would I give it? Maybe a 4 out of 5? Rampage. Dynamite is going to be fun. This video is probably going to be 20 minutes. I don't think I've been able to cut it down enough, to be fair. But yeah, make sure you hit the like and subscribe buttons. Make sure you leave a comment. Like, did all your predictions go to plan? Also, I got that prediction wrong as well. So there was my 3 predictions that I got wrong. Didn't think they would take the title of Hangman. I don't think they should have taken the title of Hangman, even though I'm happy that Punk has it. But yeah, make sure you like and subscribe. Make sure you hit the bell button to know when I drop another video or whenever I stream and go live. I also stream on Twitch as well every now and again. So make sure you follow me on Twitch, CM_GMR. CM_GMR is my socials everywhere. So it's on Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, and on TikTok. Those are the 4 that I'm using. I say everywhere, but they're the 4 I'm using. Make sure that you keep up to date with all that I'm doing. I've got loads more videos up and coming. I'm going to probably be doing more reviews on stuff like this going forward. I'm going to try and make this a regular thing because I've not been regular with this. And I've got gaming videos coming out real soon also. So make sure you hit the bell button so you see when those go live. And yeah, appreciate you all. And I'll catch you guys in a bit.